Hello, as the title of this video says, this is a video of my thoughts on AI art. What is AI art? Well, it seems to have been some very recent creation where people can use text and prompt some AI machine to create a corresponding image. And those images are frankly extremely good. And it can cause artists to wonder if they have anything to offer in the way of value in the world, and that can be a very scary thought. People have likened it to the invention of the camera and whether that replaces painting. And there's a question of, well, is this similar? Will this replace various ways of doing art? Well, if the camera didn't replace portrait work, because you still have people who would paint hyper-realistic portraits, nevertheless, is that going to be the same kind of situation with AI art? Like, could you get an AI to generate a picture of a friend of mine suggested a daisy, sun, and cat combined, and it created this incredibly beautiful creature that I'd never seen or didn't even think you could put together in those ways, and it looked absolutely stunning. And the question is, will we still find value in someone doing that manually? And I guess there are some thoughts on that. The first is that there's value in the skill itself. So that's probably why we appreciate hyper-realistic paintings, is because they look like photos, or they look like, rather, reality, because that's what photos do. They attempt to look like reality, and paintings, to the extent that they're hyper-realistic, should do the same. And so there's great skill in that because it was a human who was doing that kind of painting, rather than because it was some mere mechanism or machine that achieved that degree of realism. And there's some value in that. In the same way, I'm sure we can see creativity in seeing that someone went through all the effort of combining a daisy, a cat, and the sun together to form some creature in a way that is not this kind of automated process used by AI. So there's an appreciation of skill there. There's another value, the appreciation of the journey of creativity. I think there's a unique joy. Obviously, this value isn't going to get you money, but insofar as art is still worthwhile doing, there's a great joy in being able to control and realize and be the one who realizes what vision you have in your head on a page. And that's very gratifying. And actually, it teaches you patience, which I suppose is within that a sub-value of doing art manually, is because with an AI you get results in frankly less than a minute, and it's incredible the output that it produces. But all I know is that, or one of the things I know having painted, is that there's value in the patience that it takes to craft that kind of and hone that kind of skill. And also just gradually see a painting be realized. It helps you to appreciate all the details and all the effort that goes into something. And I think there's some value to be said in that. And also I think to the extent that AI art becomes more mainstream, it will probably cause us, as some people who I've already seen make this comment before, so it's not a new one, but we'll value ideas more. We'll see people's creative vision, and to the extent that AI is capable of realizing that creative vision, we'll then appreciate the input, the idea that someone put into the AI that realized, or that caused it to realize this vision. And so we'll see the value of ideas. And I think, taking a step back, beneath all of this, if AI becomes mainstream in generating art, for example, album art, as many people have pointed out, is just so much easier to create if you can just go to Midjourney, which is one of the most popular ways of generating these kinds of images, and you can just create that art. But it just feels like if that becomes mainstream, if that becomes, this is rambling now, but if it becomes mainstream, it causes you to value moral beauty more. And I think that's the takeaway message here, is that despite AI being able to realize visions, it is nevertheless a tool that will realize that vision in ways that are, interesting, but ultimately crafted by what the data set it's working on is going into it. It's, to be fair, I'm going to cut the video there. I need to do video editing. In fact, I'm not going to cut the video there. I'm going to keep it going because I'm going to upload this video. So we'll just keep going. And this will just be naff, but that's just how it works sometimes. Basically what I'm saying is that moral beauty will matter more. AI learns what is a correct image and what is not a correct image because people tell it, this is what a banana looks like, this is what an apple looks like, this is what, Salvador Dali's style of painting looks like, and you inform what it should value and what it shouldn't value, and the person crafting what an AI should value and what it shouldn't value is ultimately a human. And so despite the extreme skill that is emulated when AI generates incredibly detailed and beautiful images, there is a set of values that ultimately derives from a human. Of course, the data set the AI uses also derives from human artwork and stuff. But that set of values is a uniquely human thing. And I think this might cause us to appreciate what is beautiful and what is valuable, because ultimately I'm struggling to see how AI is going to, it might come up with innovative ways of achieving goals that allow us to achieve what is valuable, but the AI itself is not able to determine what is truly good, what is truly valuable, what is truly beautiful. It can only be told those things by a human. So if a human valued things that frankly are ugly, like just a grey mess of boring, just homogeneous, there's just no, like, it's not a landscape, it's not anything, it's just like some murky, not even cloudy, just ugliness. If someone says that's what's valuable, then the AI will just follow mindlessly. And I guess that means art will start to be appreciated, perhaps, who knows, but perhaps because it portrays something that is morally beautiful, that reflects something of the character of the person who guided the formation of that artwork. AI might accidentally generate morally beautiful things, but insofar as some output generated either by a human or by AI reflects an inner beauty and inner character, I think that might also cause people to appreciate art for different reasons. So those are my thoughts, rambly as they are, but hope you enjoyed, and subscribe to my Foursquare, guys. Sorry, I don't have Foursquare. Hope you have a good day, and God bless. Bye.